Hey everybody, welcome to another micro review. I just have to show you these records that I've got because they're so freaking cool. So if you're a horror fan and you haven't heard of Waxwork Records, then you probably don't listen to vinyl records. And that's okay. They're not for everybody, and they're not for everybody's wallet either. But I wanted to show you a few that I've gotten from them and show you how incredibly detailed they are and just how great it is to have in your horror collection. And this first one, if you've been to my channel at all, then you'll know that Creepshow is one of my favorite movies of all time. And of course, is one of my favorite movie scores of all time. So that's basically what these are. They've taken the scores from the movies and put them on records. And some of them are dual disc, some of them are just single. But these covers and the records themselves are just absolutely beautiful. Taking a look at this Creepshow, the front of it is just incredibly detailed with tons and tons of images from the movie. It's almost overwhelming when you look at it, just the colors and everything. It's just everything you would want a movie to be. If there was ever a US Blu-ray release of Creepshow, this should be the cover or something very similar to it. You open it up inside and you get this almost like a book with all kinds of great behind the scenes stuff. There's all kinds of stuff with blurbs here and there from George Romero and of course Stephen King, with some great pictures. Just absolutely cool. Also another blurb in here about from John Harrison. Really neat. They got these pictures, this book embedded into the middle of the booklet of the record. It also came with a poster card. I don't know what to call it. I'm not really sure, of the Creeper. And of course that went straight up onto my wall. So it's up there now. But real quick on this, before we go to the next one, I wanted to show you just how beautiful these records are. And this one is the purple one. And I actually didn't get this one from Waxworks Records, the website. I purchased this at a horror convention, so I didn't actually get this one directly from them, but I do believe they have different versions of the record, not just purple, and they often will do re-releases. And I think Creepshow not too long ago, maybe a few months ago, got a re-release, so a repressing, I might say. So yeah, definitely pick that one up if you're in any way a fan of Creepshow. And then they released the Creepshow 2 record, which this is so cool. It's the way the colors of this is drawn. It reminds me of something like a record I used to have of just like a kid's record when I was younger. So this one is obviously newer, and I did get this one straight from Waxworks Records website. And this one is 2 vinyls inside. And it's, of course, the entire score of the movie. Yes, the front of this also is just absolutely stunning. It has the 3 stories on the left-hand side. And, of course, the creeper coming right at you with a scene from the raft down below, which is really, really neat. On the back, you can see almost like as if the stories were single comic books, which I wish that was a thing. Make that a thing, please. And then on the bottom, it's got all the songs. You open it up and look inside. This one's very similar to the first Creepshow, and that in the sense that it looks like it's got a book, and there's just some more artwork in here. That all of this artwork could have been the cover to the entire album. So I mean, it's just excellent on how good a job they did with this. They really put a lot of love and care into the Creepshow, these Creepshow records. And a quick look, I'll pull out one of the vinyls. And here is what one of the vinyls looks like. And these ones are my favorite because they had a couple different versions. And this version here is the Raft version because it's got the oil slick on it. And both of mine look like this. They actually had different ones. I can't remember if they were blood or not. But, you know, I think that's just one of the coolest things that you could put on a record for sure. And finally, my favorite Friday the 13th movie of all time, Friday the 13th Part 3, 3D. It's a mouthful. This one I also got at a horror convention, so I did not get it straight from the website. Again, just amazing artwork. And what's really cool about this one is that when you open it up, it depicts a scene that I don't think happens in Part 3. I think that's the main character getting her head chopped off, and then Jason without his mask on. So it's almost like as if it's a alternate scenario, which is cool. I like it. It's great artwork, and it's a lot of fun to look at. And of course, Harry Manfredini, which is one of my favorites. You know, I guess you could call him a musician. I mean, he's done all the music for Friday the 13th. Just a wonderful job on this, and I could listen to this all day for sure. I always put this one on during Halloween time. I love the disco version of the Friday the 13th theme. This one here, this record, really cool. I was so surprised when I pulled this one out to see that it had like this blood burst, I guess you could say, type look on it. Just absolutely amazing. And these are such heavy records. I'm not sure, and I'm not an audiophile, so I don't know. I think these are weighted like in grams, and like the heavier the grams, I think the better they play because they're more stable and straight, and they don't wobble up and down, and you don't get that noise that you would get if you know, it like gotten hot or if it just had gotten bent. So they sound great. If you've got a great record player with a great stereo speaker system, they're gonna sound excellent. So yeah, that's Waxwork Records. That's just a few. Go to their website and check out all that they have to offer. Just absolutely amazing artwork on everything, and I'm sure the other records that I don't currently own sound just as good as the ones that I do. They typically have a subscription service, and it's only during a small window throughout the year that they offer it. So I don't believe it is up now. I think it ended on December 30th, maybe the 31st, but it's like a subscription service. So you pay one price and you get all the records that they release that year, and you get some really cool stuff too, like posters and enamel pens, you know, all kinds of cool collector stuff, which is absolutely awesome. I didn't pull the trigger on that this year. I was so close. Really, the only one that I want that they have coming out this year is the Burbs. And if you watch this channel, you know I'm a big Burbs fan. So I'm definitely gonna buy that one. But there were some other records I wouldn't mind having that were gonna be part of that subscription. But I like the movies. I'm just not too keen on the soundtracks. I mean, I like these because they have artwork on them, but I want to listen to them as well. So I wouldn't want records in my collection I wouldn't listen to. So yeah, Waxwork Records. Go to their website, buy a record. You won't be disappointed. I've bought 3 of them so far, and I haven't been disappointed whatsoever. So check them out, listen to them, have some fun. Thanks for watching.